Următorul meu invitat este Henry Ernst. El este inginerul de sunet al trupei, manager și, de fapt, cel care i-a descoperit pe Fanfare Ciocarlia. Henry, thank you for accepting this interview. How has your musical journey begun? How have you met Fanfare Ciocarlia?
Oh, that's a very long story. I started traveling in the late 80s in Romania. I fell in love with the people, with the country. The overall mentality of the inhabitants were very warm and welcome and curious. So while the Eastern European War broke down and the governments changed and everybody from East Germany, from where I belong, started traveling to Spain, to Ireland, England, my way was the opposite, back to the east, to Romania. And during this endless and many travels I made, I took always a DAT recorder with me as a sound engineer with a stereo microphone, and I started recording for my own hobby, for my own private archive, villagers, bands, Tarafur, etc., etc. I traveled all the Balkans, Bulgaria, ex-Yugoslavia, and so on. And one day I heard, I was pretty close to the village, and I bought my gasoline from a villager, from a farmer who had a tractor. And of course we had always this small talk about where are you from, why are you here, what do you like in Romania, and so on. And very quickly it came to the culture, to the music, to the folk music. And he said, oh yeah, really, you like it? Well, you should go to the next village, it's called Septembrie. They play only brass music. I said, okay.
And all the people.
Strange, but be careful. These are all gypsies, you know. Be careful. So I said, okay. I'm not a huge fan of brass music those times, you know. Growing up in Eastern Germany, this typical cliché of Sunday morning, sitting with the family, having breakfast, and daddy switched on the radio, and this holy crap Czech polkas were playing through the radio. So I was not a fan at all. But I was curious because it sounded strange for me, gypsies playing only brass music in Romania. Strange. I will go there, we'll see what happens. So I went to the village and there was an old man just in the beginning of that tiny village, just staying. And I came in, I stopped my car, I put the window down and I asked, brass music? And he say, yes, that's me, come with me in my yard. So within 3 minutes, I woke up with a beer in my hand under a big tree, and a lot of people were running through the village with their instruments because, like a thunderbird, the bird about there's the very first foreign man in our village, and he asked for brass music. Was going like a thunderbird, you know. And within 2 minutes, I was surrounded by young kids, old men without teeth, and they started playing a music I never heard in my life. I never expect. It was a kind of human-made techno, surreal, fast, and full of wit. But in the same time, it had such a power, I was simply blown away. So initially, I thought I would stay for an hour, you know. And from there on, it took me weeks and weeks and weeks, and I stood there, you know. And having my DAT recorder with me, the next day started in the same way. People were coming, just playing for the foreign guy who is interested to hear Rosiaska, Patute, Hora, Din nu știu unde, even polka, and then all this Dallas movie music, you know. It was just like, oh. And then they heard them for the very, very first time by themselves, what they played. It was such a joy and open-minded thinking from both sides. Those villagers And from my end, which I came just for curiosity, maybe to have a laugh and to go away, you know, it's brass music. But this was art. And that's what I felt. And so I stood a couple of weeks there. And from that time, from day to day, the huge big band became smaller and smaller and smaller. And in the end, there were 12 people. Always coming with a new tune, a new old dance, because they started discussing with their grandfathers, with their fathers, how do you play it, this horror in the time when you were young, you know? And they started to recover their own old treasure. And they enjoyed. So we recorded and recorded, we listened, we had beers. And then there came the time I said, okay, I have to leave. But I had a dream. I'm just leaving to come back. Because I believe that your music and your art, you do, if it fixes me, if it touches me, then there will be thousands of people somewhere abroad who will enjoy it too. So I will come back and we do all these formalities, passports and so on. I will organize as a thank you for this great time, a tour for you. Just one tour.
They didn't believe you.
No, but they enjoyed the idea.
Yes.
No, it was this kind, bine, acum s-a nebunit total și bine înțeles, mai repede ajungem la planeta Marte decât să mergem
în Germania.
Bine, deci, so I came back after a couple of weeks. We went to the bigger towns to make the passports and so on and so on. And we had our very first tour. And they were very, very successful. Actually, this wasn't my plan to make a tour, to have success and to go further. It was just, I bring you a big thank you. I bring you to Germany. And you will play shows for the people. We will have a great time. And so we had. But for those time, not being a manager, and I had no idea about this kind of business, to organize things, to pay things, to advance things.
Industry.
We had it's an industry, it's a tough business. So I had organized, I think, 12 shows in 40 days. And in the very beginning of the tour, I realized, okay, where do we sleep during all these day offs? You know? However, it was a great tour. It was my best time in my life, and I think for the guys too. Everybody was like a child, you know, and just enjoying, and wow, we are here and it's cool. The people are nice. Actually, they were afraid in the beginning, you know, okay, how we should behave. At the end of the day, we are gypsies and we go in the center of
big
racism,
cities.
Discrimination. It's Germany, you know. And I try to calm them down and to explain, no, be as what you are. You are human, you are a villager, and you are a maestro of your music.
Yeah.
So don't think about that. And please, whenever you can and whenever you were asked, tell it what you are, what you think you belong to. However, it was a great time. The tour was over. We took goodbye and the capital was finished. The book was finished. I fulfilled my dream. I gave them the present, the gift, and we all enjoyed it. Finished. And a couple of weeks later, it was in July, I think, I got a call from a festival, a world music festival from Cologne, and a lady on the other side asking about the band, if they could perform a set at that festival. And I said, no, it's not possible. They are in Romania. We don't have a tour. We don't organize another tour. Yeah, but are they free? Can they come? Yes, but who should pay all these expenses for a single gig to bring them over? Those times it was very expensive to fly, you know. And she insisted. I got angry. I was really nervous about this lady. She was bothering me. And I said, okay, you know what? Give me 10 minutes. I make a calculation about the finances. Then I call you back and you will understand why I said from the beginning on, it's not possible. Yeah, please, please. Okay, so I did. I did the calculation. I ended up with a huge amount of money. Those time it was like, holy shit, I would never ask people about that kind of amount. I called her back. I said, okay, I did it. That's the amount. She said, yes, perfect.
It's okay.
It's perfect for our budget. The only problem we need in half an hour contract because we have finalized the program and it's very urgent. So I was really shocked that people or festivals or promoter are willing to pay such a money for a band. So we did it again, and then we stood and we discussed together, and I asked them, hey guys, you are doing great music, but beside the music, people are crazy about you, and it looks like we can do tours on a regular way. So do you want me to take over, to manage you, to build up a company, and let's make it in a professional way? And they said, yeah, why not? Of course.
Yes.
What should we do in our village? So, and from there on, there was actually a big event in October. It was 96. I applied to Womex. It's a world music exposition. Those times in Marseille. It was huge. Many bands playing, big names, Cesare Ivora, and
Wow.
big names did their showcases there. So we got through. We were invited to perform a showcase set, you know, in front of thousands of label manager, festival organizer, club owner, and so on and so on. And we got the tiniest room. It was in the Congress Hall in Marseille, with big venues, big rooms. And we got the tiniest one with 300 people capacity. And the showcases were always overlapping, you know. I explained to the guys, okay, we have this very one spot. Either you do it, or we all suck. That's it. One chance, one play. So they took it serious, and as they knew to play fast from their tradition, they even played doubled of speed.
I know.
So what happened? They started playing. We had a slot of 40 minutes. The venue was packed. And then people were running across the Congress Center, screaming to their colleagues, which attended other shows of big names.
Come here.
Come here, you have to see that. Forget about this artist. You have to catch them at least 5 minutes.
Wow.
And in the end, there were 2,000 people outside of this small entrance, and they always changed just to put the nose to see and to believe what they play. Because outside they say that's not real. Nobody play like this. This is a tape. This is.
Wow.
And they say no, go in. You have to see them. They are
alive.
transpirating. they are on fire. You know, they are wild gypsies playing a music you never heard. So the end of the business was that at those time with my partner, we stood outside with a big hat in our hands, and people just throw in the visit cards. Call me, call me, call me, write me email, send a fax, and so on. And we had hundreds of visit cards.
Wow.
And this was our basement for a professional
Future.
career. And then the airplane took off, you know. It was really like a hit. You will meet it one in your time. You can't repeat it. You can't plan it. So till today, we did 5,000 shows.
Wow.
On all continents, many times America, South America, Asia, and Europe is our living room, let's say, like this.
Which is your secret? I asked that because I saw your sound check, and it was like 2 hours, very strictly. He was symphonic director, always checking the sound, every instrument. Is it important to be always a step ahead?
it is important, it keeps us fit. And the musician really understood very early the advantage to have somebody outside telling them, we have our own language, you know. That's why you
a lot of languages.
You say I'm doing
director,
dirigent, but I just tell them what I hear outside or what I should hear, and I can't hear it because it's always difficult on stage to get this control. Being ahead is an open secret for every band, and we always insist to have this little rehearse time during soundcheck, even if we have played the songs 1,000 times, because we always want to check what fits better. Can we change something? Can we play more comfortable because we get older?
Yeah,
it's hot. Let's do a great show with less work. And sometimes the secret is also to discover, you know, during that composition we can renounce to that part and this part, or we play it simple. It has more power, more intention. So that's the reason why we take this time for sound check.
And I know that in every concert, after 3 songs, you make the adjustments to fine-tuning related to the public, to the space. Which are the challenges when you do the setup for the concerts?
Well, the biggest one is, the biggest aim and a must is that you can make a sound picture of the powerness of this band, of the big balls, you know.
Big balls of love.
10 men on stage, big balls, we do music. It's a wall of sound
we hit
without being loud. This is our aim. We want that it has the music feels like rock and roll.
Yeah, I love rock and roll.
Power.
Here it
but
is.
I don't want people. Well, you always have 1 or 2 which at the end stay.
Yeah.
But most of the people must be on a level to enjoy. And these are the adjustments. Because venues change always with people, with the weather. If it gets colder, the tent will sound different. And they play hotter during the show, so I have to correct all my gains. Because after 3, 4 songs, they play with more pressure, what you actually wouldn't expect. You would say, okay, after 3 songs, they lose power.
No, they increase power. Why do you fall in love with their music? Which is for you the turning point? And why don't you go to Ireland, for example, or South Africa? I don't know. Why in Romania? Why in Moldavia?
Really, to give you an answer on that question, why is very difficult, as I tried to explain to you. When all the people from Eastern Germany went on vacation to the west, I went to the east.
Yeah, but the east...
there was a key story, I would say, also a long story. In '86, I were invited to have a trip, my very first trip to Romania. And on the way, actually, we took a break with 5 cars from this very small town I'm coming from. And my older brother, who invited me to join, he told me, listen, we don't drive for camping to Romania. We are smuggling 10,000 Bibles. So now it's the time you can take the train back or you come with us. But you should know, when we cross the border and they catch us, it can be very ugly and we have to expect even up to 10 years of prison.
Wow.
These were the rules. Well, I said, no, I come with you. I don't go back. So we did this smuggling thing, which was hilarious. Why? The idea was to cover all them on the bottom of the cars, you know, but it was very small Bibles printed in America, brought to Budapest. But we couldn't take all of them, so finally we decided to put it just in our bags, you know. So it was clear if the Warmash say open the door and they open a rucksack or a case, then they find the Bibles. So we stood on the borderline for 2 hours, and we had in front of us a car from West Germany, I think a Turkish citizen who went on holidays to Turkey, and they really took off everything. Each chair, everything, and we had to watch this procedure for 2 hours, you know, and we were really,
Whoa.
we can't return, we are lost. And who was not a religious person, he became a religious one in this position. And then it was our turn, and the officer asked for passports, asked East Germany, yeah. All the cars, yeah, what are you doing? Camping, Bucec mountains near Brasov.
Proceed.
All of them, yes. Okay, trombone. We were really like, hello. So we handed over the Bibles in Sibiu, and then we had to do our camping time to stay for 10 days. And it was this time being in the mountains of the Bucec, in this tent with a little river and meeting all these local people, the shepherd, and having talks with them, going to the next villages and experiencing this friendliness and this open faces of the people, which had no interest at those time. Can you give me something? Can you bring me something? It's just, you are here, it's nice. Why are you here? You love it? Oh, I'm proud you love my country, you know? And I don't know, this kind of infection, it took me over. And then I discovered the band. I traveled a lot of time before in Romania. I fell in love with my future wife. So it's actually my home country, just with the difference, my residency is in Berlin.
After 24 years, what does music mean to you?
It's difficult to say. First of all, from all this enthusiasm and naivety we started, we ended up in a tough business, in a very strict business. Everybody is doing his living out of the tours, of the productions and so on. There's this professional view, critical view, and the private part for me, if we talk about music, not in particular about brass music, music is always for me un mijlociu de a transporta emoțiile. Personal pentru mine, eu văd filme. Când aud muzică, anumite muzică, eu pot să recapitulez totul ce s-a acumulat în capul meu și pot să transform într-un film. Și iubesc filme. Și
Sure.
orice movie needs music in the background. And that's an important part for me. And I think even with this band, which comes from a totally different genre of music, I think I feel pretty often that we can move people into a movie. We see the faces, we see the reactions. There was big magazines which were writing back in the early 2000 reviews about shows they attended. And there was a headline and a sub-headline which fits perfectly. It's the right band with the right music to bring together everybody. In these shows are coming punks, lawyers, politicians, workers for 2 hours, because this band promises you and guarantees you will be free for 2 hours. You will forget your position. You will forget about that you earn per month 10,000 and you just 800. Everybody is one. And this is the magic of these guys, what they deliver. And
And
At the end of the day, I would say it's half of the secret of their success.
And the other half?
Is discipline, to take it serious.
I know.
It's not about, let's go playing at a wedding, we take our money, we play whatever and however, and then we go off. It's about understanding, no, we have a huge responsibility. Doesn't matter if we play a wedding or on stage. If we are there and in front of people, then we have to deliver. It's not a joke being there. You have to deliver and you have to make people happy. That's the reason why they paid the ticket to be happy at the end, which is a huge responsibility.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you guys, Cluj, we love you! Fanfare Ciocarlia, I want to present to you the band, our tuba section, Sergio and Vasile. Our horn section, Lorenzo and Shulo. On the bass drum, Tomamara, give it up for Gizniaka. Our main singer, give it up for Kana. On trumpets, I want to hear it loud for Krachu. On vocals, and of course also on trumpets, Chimay!
Mulțumim, mulțumim frumos! Toboșarul nostru, Beștelescu!
On piccolo clarinets and alto saxophones, give it up for Oprikivacha! Fanfare Ciocarlia! Mulțumim frumos! Transilvania, Cluj, are you still there? Okay, you're still here, but does this mean you want to still hear one more? Are you sure? I see the crystal raindrops fall, and the beauty of it all is when the sun comes shining through. to make those rainbows in my mind when I think of you sometime, and I want to spend some time with you. Just the two of us, we can make it if we try. Just the two of us, just the two of us, just the two of us, building castles in the sky. Just the two of us, you and I. Hi, Cluj! Just the two of us, we can make it if we try. Just the two of us, just the two of us, just the two of us, building them castles in the sky. Just the two of us, Cluj, you and I. Look for love, no time for tears. Wasted fault is all that is, and it don't make no flowers grow. Good things might come to those who wait, but not for those who wait too late. We gotta go for all we know. Just the two of us, we can make it if we try. Just the two of us, just the two of us, just the two of us, building them castles in the sky. Just the two of us, you and I.
Mulțumim frumos, mulțumim mult! Cum să nu iubim un public așa de minunat? Cum putem să nu iubim publicul? E normal?